Hi, this is Greens Beyonder, where I do predictions of the future. If you'd like me to do prediction for you, let me know in the comments below or on the side of the comment section, because this is a live video. Just a reminder that we do lives here on Saturdays and Sundays at 10 a.m. Central and Tuesdays and Thursdays at 5:30 p.m. Central. So make sure you put it on your calendar. Make sure that we're getting a lot of questions on the side panel for today's show. We got people chiming in. Hello, everybody. Now let's get started with Adax. There we go. Let's get started. Lots of things happening in the cryptocurrency world. Let's just have a little bit of a closer look at exactly what's happening with Adax. Somebody was asking the question about that. So throw out some cards for it. Now, Adax, it seems that the health of it is going to be going one way or the other. I think in the next little while, we'll just call this about in a month's time. With everything going on around the world, cryptocurrencies are fluttering around like crazy. So it's going to be showing up in many of the cryptocurrency related readings of the same pattern with many of the other cryptocurrencies, especially Bitcoin, Ethereum, and many of the bigger cryptocurrencies, especially the ones that we have on the bottom. Interesting enough that Litecoin has been doing not so bad with all this thing going on. It seems that they're going to be taking a bit of a dive like everybody else, and they're going to be making a decision in the next little while. We got that Two of Swords going on, which is, it could go one way or another, okay? And the card right after that is the World card, and it's reversed. So I guess the decision has been made that it's going to be going down quite a bit and not doing as well as many people had thought for Adax going into the future. The money part of the Adax, it seems it's going to be doing all this sort of thing. So some good buying opportunities coming up for everybody. And part of the reason is a lot of people are too tied to things that may or may not work exactly as they had figured. So with that love, we got the lovers. Okay, everybody's loving the Adax. Okay, and that's what's going to be keeping its head above water. A lot of the cryptocurrencies right now are really struggling at the moment. But the final result for the Adax money line is we got the King of Pentacles. So it's going to do okay financially, much better than many of the other cryptocurrencies that are similar in scope. Okay, so there's going to be some really good buying opportunities out there for everybody on the Adax, and I think it's going to be going up quite a bit after some time, not in this month time. I think it's going to be a little longer than that. The people that are involved in this, I think a lot of people are going to be disheartened for the next little while with many cryptocurrencies, and Adax along with that as well. But I think all the bad language around the cryptocurrency, it's not going to be holding, and people are going to be staying in the Adax camp overall. Okay, even now it's going to have its troubles. People are going to be buying at the low point, doing exactly what they should be doing, and actually moving forward with the Adax cryptocurrency moving forward. Okay, so let's move on to the next one. Once I get my cards here. Okay, so the next one is the Cardano. It's a little dance until it comes up.
I did it. What the hell?
We're having technical problems. That's okay. While we're waiting for the Cardano, There it is, Cardano. Everybody, one of many that are our favorite on this channel. Um, just do a little bit of a shuffle of the cards for the next month of Cardano. It's been going through its trials and tribulations like many of the other cryptocurrencies. The head of Cardano, like I had said previously, maybe should be quiet a little bit more. Sometimes these great leaders from the different cryptocurrencies should, because it is hurting their own cryptocurrency going forward. I think when a cryptocurrency gets as big as Cardano or many of the ones that are scrolling on the bottom, it takes on a life of its own. So a lot of people are kind of ignoring what the big leaders like Vitalik and many of those are saying about their own particular cryptocurrencies at the moment, but it does affect the price. So let's have a look for the next month of Cardano. I think it's going to be, they're putting things in place, kind of hanging on with that Ethereum 2.0 thing going on, and that's still holding true. So they got a whole lot of things going on with the health of the cryptocurrency, and they're going to be fighting really hard and a lot of effort behind the scenes with the cryptocurrency moving forward, getting all the programming in place, ready to launch their new updates coming very, very soon. Probably going to be still riding those coattails, either one way or another, of the Ethereum blockchain 2.0. Right after all that hard work is done, we got the Ace of Pentacles. So it's a big yes on all the work that they were doing, okay, behind the scenes, in front of the scenes, and all that sort of thing. And it's going to be paying off dividends for them. The star card is at the very end of the health line. So everything that they're going to be doing in the near future is going to be paying off incredibly well. Okay, so just keep that in mind when you're thinking of things to buy for the next little while. Of course, not financial advice. The financial part of the Cardano line of cards, I'm still waiting for my new tripod thing so you can see the cards. We're working on that. And then how to hook it up, maybe a split screen or something like that, so you can see my wonderful various and the cards as well. So the money line, it seems that there's a 10 card, the 10 of cups. Okay, always the end of a cycle. So we're into a more of a celebratory segment of the lifespan of Cardano going forward, and they're going to be finding a lot of balance within the Cardano chain. Okay, we got the 7 of Pentacles, and that's a very good card to have. Of course, there's going to be some ups and downs. We're not going to have the big parties that everybody was expecting, but it's going to be pretty good overall. Okay. The people that are involved in there's some white hat activity with this one as well. We got the white hat card upright. So they're doing things behind the scenes, making things okay for everybody within the Cardano. So at the moment is some good buying opportunities there for everybody with the Cardano chain. Of course, right next to that, just previously, is the our friendly card of the 9 of Swords. People are a little afraid at the moment, and what do we say when everybody's afraid? Be greedy. Okay, so make sure in the next little while that if you can, pick up a little bit of Cardano on the side, as well as many of those other wonderful cryptocurrencies going forward. Okay. Not financial advice. I gotta say that all the time nowadays. It's just that legal stuff behind the scenes. So let's have a look at the next one, which is Theta. Okay. Theta is one of my favorite all-time favorites. Still trying to figure out how to publish my videos on their actual Theta TV platform in a easy way. Okay, it's not that easy yet. They've straightened out a lot of things on their platform, but it's still not easy. Okay, so let's have a look at the Theta. I know it's one of a lot of people's favorites out there. They're going to be having a little bit of trouble coming up. Seems as I'm throwing out the cards here. The health is going to be, it's more of people not paying attention, as close of attention to the Theta blockchain for the next little while. Wife's doing some adjustments to the lighting in the background here. So that's a little bit better, actually. Thank you, sweetie. We're playing around with the lighting, as always, trying to make it perfect
That looks good.
for everybody. How is that looking for everybody? Is that a little bit better? Maybe it won't shine on the cards when I'm bringing them up a tiny bit. So this is the health. This is the beginning. There's some regulations happening with the Theta blockchain going forward. And that's going to be disrupting the whole basket of everything that is Theta for the next little while. So they're going to be having a little bit of troubles in the background. It's more programming than anything, and people not paying close attention, because everybody's paying attention to these cryptocurrencies going forward. Money goes where attention goes, right? So that's the case for Theta for the next little while. The money line of cards, it's going to be a little bit neither here nor there for the next little while. They are working on a ton of stuff behind the scenes, which is going to be paying them well in the near future. So this month is going to be a little dry, okay, for the Theta blockchain going forward. Some good buying opportunities when we got those nice low prices for everybody going forward. Of course, not financial advice. And the people that are involved in this one are going to be celebrating quite a bit when it's all said and done. They got the good old celebration card going forward. All that hard work is going to be paying off, but much, much later. Okay? It doesn't happen immediately, unfortunately, but still a good buy at the price it is right now. Okay? So let's look at DeFi Kingdom. Some different cryptocurrencies for today than we normally talk about. Yeah, lots of questions in the side panel here for me. Awesome stuff. Keeps the show light and lively for everybody. Okay, so DeFi Kingdom is going to be facing a lot of problems in the near future as we got the Tower card. Ooh, so there's going to be an incident coming up very, very soon in the health of the cryptocurrency, where everybody's going to be, get out of it, fear, and all that sort of thing, and everybody runs away. And of course, the end of the chapter is our good old friend, the Seven of Pentacles. So it's going to be paying off. So another good buying opportunity out there for everybody moving forward. I think it's more of the legal things going on around DeFi, the governments and all that charging in and flailing around and doing all their things that they normally do in the crypto space, because they know their goose is cooked in the traditional market. So they're trying to put a damper on everything crypto related. If you've been watching the news at all, they've been doing a lot of that lately. Okay, they don't want people running away from the banks and going into the cryptocurrency world it might turn into tanks around banks like they do in China. Here in North America, money-wise, I think they're going to be struggling a little bit, but there are a lot of victories along the way. We got the good old victory card. And this is small victories along the way. It's not a big one, okay, with this one. So there's some regulatory things that need to happen along the way, and they're going to be having to fight really hard to keep things moving, okay? So the people, and of course, I think there's going to be a switch of people that are involved with this particular platform. We got the good old death card. Ooh, it doesn't mean the death of this particular cryptocurrency. It just means a great change in direction, I think, in this case, because there's some white hat activity with this one as well. Okay. And we got that King of Wands right after that. This is the people that are involved with this particular cryptocurrency. So whatever they're going to be going through in the future, legally, they're going to be making it through very, very well. Okay, so again, there's some good buying opportunities out there for everybody on this one. Not financial advice, of course. Right? Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. Say no more. If you know anything about Monty Python. Okay, let's get into the next thing. Illuvium. I don't know how to pronounce this one.
Illuvium.
Illuvium. It's like Illuminum. Illuvium. Let's have a look at that. How are they doing? Okay, Illuvium health is for the next little while. This is just for the month or so. The end of the book is it's not going to do as well as people had figured. It's not that world-renowned coin that everybody was hoping for. I think it's going to be somewhere in the middle for the next month. They're thinking of changing many of the directions of Illuvium for the next little while to make it work in the current climate that we are in. Money-wise, I think people are going to be holding strong to their cryptocurrency, Illuvium, and they're going to be weathering the storm moving forward. And I think the people are going to be staying with it. And we got that Ace of Pentacles. So everybody's going to be excited with the new developments that they're going to be rolling out and staying with it. Okay, it's not going to be the huge coin everybody was hoping for, but it's going to be doing just fine overall. Okay, so nothing to worry about. Don't do those knee-jerk reactions of selling cryptos at lower prices and buying it at the high price. People always seem to be doing that all the time. Stop that. Okay, buy low, sell high. So when everybody's trying, that's when you buy. And everybody's, that's when you think of selling. Okay? Doesn't get any simpler than that. Okay? So let's move on to the next one. And then we're going to get into the chat. We got Immutable X moving forward.
Got one more.
And one more after that. That's the Gala coin. So, Immutable X. It seems that their health is going to be a little wonky for the next little while. For the next month, it's going to be okay, but it's going to be a little lackluster, as many people were hoping for many great things from this cryptocurrency in the future. Doesn't mean that it's done and you all should sell it. No. Stay the course. Buy it at the nice low price, but just pretty much right now. I might go a little lower in the next week or so, as is most of the other cryptocurrencies, but not as much, I think, as many people were asking about, or many of the experts were saying. I think we've hit that bottom for many of the crypto. Might do a little bit of a dive and then start veering back up with many of the cryptocurrencies that are out there. The money is going to be a little lackluster, as I was saying, but the people are going to be excited for whatever reason. There's probably going to be some news that's going to be coming out. It's going to get everybody pumped for Immutable X, and there's a lot of partnerships and things like that going on behind the scenes. But it's going to be a little bit stagnated with everything else that's going on around the planet. You have to remember all these other things are happening outside of cryptocurrencies. That does affect cryptocurrency as a whole. So, things like Trudeau and Biden and all the other world leaders that are out there doing interesting things, we'll leave it at that do affect the prices of cryptocurrency and the Fed, that sort of thing. Of course, they had that 7-minute speech that our leader of the Fed was doing, and it kind of dropped the price quite a bit. We will stabilize after that. No problems there. Okay, let's look at the last one for today's pre-done ones, and then we'll get into the chat. So Gala coin. And we got Horse Soldier asking about Luna Classic again. Excellent stuff. So Gala is going to be, again, it's going to be one of these lackluster coins for the next month or so. Some money to be made if you buy it nice and low and wait for it to go back up, like many of the other cryptocurrencies that are out there at the moment. I think they're going to be having a lot of troubles along the way for the next month or so. The people that are going to be, there is an incident that's going to be happening that looks like it's all going to be falling down, but it's going to be reversed by the people in control of Gala coin. They pull it out of the fire for some reason, and it may be some really good buying opportunities out there for everybody moving forward. Of course, we look at the very end of the chapter of the money line of Gala coin, and it's a pretty good one. It's the kind of the princess of pentacles. So it's going to be a long, slow burn for this cryptocurrency moving forward. So it's another one to get into if you want to buy nice and cheap. Okay. You do what you want to do, but that's just the way the cards are coming up. Okay, let's get into the chat. Dilly, will Horde crypto reach $15 US in the next 2 to 3 years? Okay. So Horde in the next 2 to 3 years is going to have some difficulties. There's some things that are going to be coming out of the woodwork, some information that's not going to be too favorable for Horde in the next little while. That's what this card represents. It's something hidden that could be very damaging to the Horde cryptocurrency platform. And right after that, we got the 10 of Swords, one of our all-time favorite cards here on this channel. He looks rather comfortable, don't he? So it's a 10 card, so it's the end of a cycle. So whatever it was doing presently is going to be coming to an end. And I think it's going to be a little bit on the downside. We got that Sword of Ace of Swords, and it's a no. Okay, for that $15 US in the next 2 to 3 years, something is going to be happening along the way, and it's going to be denied for the next little while. Okay, especially that 2 to 3 years. Unfortunately. Okay, will it be around in the next 5 to 10 years? It's a good thing to think of. You don't want to be putting your money into things that do not survive. It's going to be going through a lot of changes and maybe pairing up with another cryptocurrency and doing some rebranding along the way in that time period. So in its current form, it will not be around. It's in its changed appearance, and rebranding and all that will be around. So there may be some opportunity in the next 5 to 10 years where if you had some hoard tokens, it'll be airdropped to you again. Kind of like that Luna Classic, where I think you can still get those cryptocurrencies on the fork. Okay. So changes, the only state of normal for many of these cryptocurrencies moving forward. Okay. Thank you for that, Dilly Dilly. Burberry, hello. Will MMF on the Polygon network be successful? Never heard of that one, but let's have a look. Apparently, with the cards, it is one that's going to be around for quite some time. Okay. We got that 2 F1s. I had to look. Everything's reversed in the camera. Yeah, it's going to be around for quite some time. It will be having many successes along the way, a lot of victories. Okay. And we got the Queen of Swords. So it's going to be one of the cryptocurrencies that's going to be surviving many of the regulations and all that other stuff going forward. So it will be successful. Okay. I'm not sure what this one will be overall exactly, but it will be around and doing things. Okay. Thank you for that question. Propicoin. Okay. You've done this one a few times. I think it's one of those coins that I keep seeing that it's okay overall. Not a huge coin to get involved in, but it'll have its days. But let's have a look at the cards. Jeez. The health is not as healthy as it should be. The financial part is not as financial as it should be or could be. And the people are like, eh. So Propicoin, in the next month or so, it's going to be coming the 3 of Swords. So we all remember this one. It's you, your goal, and something coming between those things. So they're going to be failing on some aspects of moving forward. So a lot of things that they were hoping would work are not going to be working as well as they thought it would. It's going to be causing a lot of hardship within that community of crypto enthusiasts. Our favorite card, a lot of sleepless nights and worrying about everything going on with this particular cryptocurrency. Overall, I think it's going to survive, but I don't think it's going to be the huge coin that everybody was hoping it would be for that, well, for the next month anyways. Everything that financially is going to be kind of stagnant for the next little while and just run along with the Bitcoin crowd. We got the 10 of Wands. So what they were doing presently is not going to be working. So they're going to have to make a big change. And it's a 10 card. So they're going to have to change many of the things that they're doing and change direction to keep it going. Okay. So 10 cards are always a end of a cycle. So their cycle of whatever they were doing presently is going to be changing at the end of the month. Okay, and moving forward with that. But they're going to be, with all that work behind the scenes, they're going to be avoiding some of the big pitfalls that usually come about when making changes. And I think people are going to be okay with it. They got the Ace of Wands. So all the work they're going to be doing behind the scenes is going to be paying off in dividends, but it's not going to be huge. Okay. They're going to be keeping their head above the water. Okay. And we got at the very end is the King of Pentacles. So later on, it's going to be doing okay. Not huge success, but standing their ground and keep on going and fixing all the boo-boos along the way. Okay, so some good buying opportunities out there for that one as well. When will XRP drop to 10 cents? I think we did this one yesterday's show. I think it was a possibility, but I don't think it's going to be going down that low. Okay. I think the market is very resilient. It has a lot of business, especially XRP has business everywhere going on around the planet, except for the US right now for obvious reasons. And they're staying the ground. Yeah, I don't see it getting down that low. It may go down a little bit in the next little while, but I don't think it's going to be going down to 10 cents in any time soon. Okay. Thank you, Dilly Dilly. It'd be great that it does. Will Altura do it 10 times in the next bull run? It does seem that it's going to be going up, but I don't think it's going to be quite that much. It may 5 times or 6 times itself in the next little while. We got that world card, but just before that one that I put down is that 2 of Pentacles. So it's normally a balance, getting exactly what you want from the idea. So it's going to be kind of reversed in a sense that it's not going to be 10 times in itself. It may 5 or 6 times itself. So not quite to that point of 10 times in itself, but even 5 to 6 times above what they are now is not a bad thing, right? So, and we got some interesting things going on behind the scenes that going to allow everything to happen. Some partnerships. We got that 2 of Cups, trying to fix some of the things behind the scenes in the programming and all that sort of thing, moving forward and staying relevant to the market at large. Okay, so unfortunately, I don't think it's going to be. I don't see it getting to 10 timesing, but very, very close. Okay. Thank you for that. Marlon, there was some FUD talk about all our ERC20 tokens having some issues when ETH moves to proof of stake. Is this true? Yeah, there's going to be moments in time that everybody's going to be, what's going to happen to all the other ERC20 tokens that are riding on top of the Ethereum blockchain? The talk is true. It doesn't mean that it's actually going to happen. Okay. Politicians and newscasters and YouTubers can say all kinds of things on their channels and stuff. Doesn't mean that it makes it true. Okay. I do think that coins are going to be affected by the news. that's coming out of the FUD. And of course, with any large change, there's always fear, uncertainty, and doubt with a new thing, because people in general don't like change, right? So let's just throw some cards down, see how it's going to play out. We all know that the Ethereum is going to survive and thrive and do its thing. There may be a couple casualties from the FUD. Okay, it doesn't mean that it's going to be the change of the blockchain may not actually affect the tokens themselves, but the FUD might. This is when you have focus of the people affecting the price of things because of fear, right? It may not be the change. It's just the news that comes out that makes people act in certain ways. Okay, so the health of that situation is going to be curtailed. I think it's going to be a short news thing. It's not going to pick up a lot of steam, and it's not going to be devastating to all the tokens that are riding on top of the Ethereum blockchain. We got some white hat activity actually that's involved in this. They are actually heavily involved with the Ethereum blockchain moving forward. They see it as a way moving forward for our society, as well as a new financial system coming into play after this one collapses. But the new financial system will be based on the commodities. Okay, that's going to be riding right alongside the cryptocurrencies, and I do see in the near future that all that the old fiat currency system, which will be revamped and redone, put into the cryptocurrency world, not through CBDCs necessarily. It's going to be put on probably the Ethereum blockchain in some form, unless the CBDC that people are going to be bringing out will be on the Ethereum blockchain. That is a possibility as well, if governments of the world are smart, but they're not. Okay, so they're going to do all kinds of things to ruin themselves in the long run. So yes, there's some white hat activity that's moving along with that. And we got lots of building behind the scenes to be working for our benefit in the long haul. That's going to be trying to curtail all this FUD going on. Okay, it's going to be a long, hard battle for the people that are involved with all these tokens and stuff. Okay, yes, it's going to affect, but it's mostly the news, not the actual protocol that's been going on. Okay. Money wise, I think many of those cryptocurrencies are going to be doing okay overall. We got our Four of Pentacles, so everybody's going to be holding on tight, and on the most part. But before that, we're going to have a lot of people leaving because of FUD, not because the blockchain is horrible. Well, of course, there's going to be ups and downs and bumps and grinds of the blockchain when it changes, but it's mostly people afraid and walking away from the projects. Okay, because there's going to be this moment in time when, because of people's mentality and all that, it will affect the prices moving forward. I think much of that is going to be very, very quick news. Okay, so it will affect the price of these tokens just from the FUD itself, not from the blockchain. Okay, thank you for that, Marlon. Is it a good idea to get my new electric car? If so, will I get it after the Mercury at retrograde? I think electric vehicles are not a bad thing. We have a friend that has They have 2 electric vehicles, and they seem to work okay, especially here in Winnipeg, with all the snow and stuff. Of course, they do have a regular truck in case they need to go through that snow that we are famous for here in Winnipeg, Manitoba. So it does work in the winter. Yeah, it's a good secondary vehicle if you're looking at that for doing things within the city. We got that asymptotical, so it's a definite yes. It's a good idea to get that electric vehicle. Maybe saving on those gas prices, but if you want to go any large distances, you might want to keep your gasoline powered vehicle moving forward. Will it be in the retrograde? It does seem that you're going to be getting it right after the Mercury retrograde. There's going to be something that comes along that allows you to, or if there was any difficulty in getting the money or stuff like that moving forward, I think something's going to be happening at that moment in time where you're going to have the finances to actually do it. Okay? Thank you for that question. How will my investments be if I don't sell any and hold for 5 years? Well, you'll be a lot richer. Okay? Especially if you have some Bitcoin. You have to remember, Bitcoin, I was in the financial field. There's no financial instrument in the traditional market that could do the same as Bitcoin itself. Bitcoin is the best investment vehicle for the last couple of years. There's no other mutual fund or bond or stock that can perform as well as Bitcoin. Just think of that, okay? If you just sit on it, many of the, especially these cryptocurrencies flowing on the bottom, yeah, they'll go down. But overall, if you pan out and look at the wavy lines from the market of cryptocurrencies, they always seem to go up, an upward trajectory. People get too concerned with the short-term stuff. Okay, so just an example, we bought our first Bitcoins at $600 Canadian. Now it's 24 today, 24,000, and we've been holding it since 2016. Okay, so in that period of time, it's outperformed many other investment vehicles out there overall. It doesn't matter what stocks or bonds or anything like that, RRSPs, that's Canadian thing, or 401ks, it's outperformed all of those, hands down. The only investments you could even get close to are in mutual funds, would be the 100% ones, and you need $100,000 to get into them, and they're based on third world nations. So, and they're way unstable. You'd have to have a lot of money to even consider. There's the interview process that even to get into one of these mutual funds, you have to go through an interview process to see if you can handle the ups and downs of a third world nation that you're investing in for 100%. So keep that in mind as we move forward. So yes, you will do fine if you hold on to them for 5 years, if you have many of these ones scrolling on the bottom. Okay, I'll even throw some cards down for you. Yeah, pretty much what I just said, especially if you have Bitcoin, Litecoin, Ethereum. Many of these will be you'll be so much richer if you held on to them for the next 5 years and don't do any knee-jerk reactions. Okay, you'll be fine. Thank you for that. Hi, Andre. Can I get 3-card reading for the next 3 months? Ooh, a card a month. Okay. For whatever reason, in the first month, you're going to be hung up on some situation that you can't get your head around. And it's going to lead, because of your decision and not doing a quick decision on something. Sometimes quick decisions don't pay off, especially when we don't know what we're getting ourselves into. Okay, the adage that if you don't know what you're exactly all the information that you need to make a decision, if you just leave it, it'll be working out fine because you haven't quite made that decision yet. So the second card for the next month is some wealth coming your way because you didn't make a knee-jerk reaction to something that's going on around you. It's more in the financial field for you. Overall, you're going to be just fine, but just make sure that you don't do any knee-jerk reactions for the next 3 months on anything based on emotional state. Make sure you get the information first, okay? And then make a decision from there without emotion, okay? And you'll be just fine. Okay, thank you for that. Quorum coin. I'm hoping I'm pronouncing that correctly.
Right.
Corium? Corium?
I think you got it.
I think we got it.
Got it.
Okay. And we got a Facebook friend. Hello. I just saw on the corner of my eye here.
Yeah.
Hello from Facebook. So we're looking at Corium. Another one I've never heard of anything about. So health-wise, I think they're okay, and they're not hung up on many things that they thought they were going to be hung up on, and they're actually making decisions rather quickly. But it is kind of out of the ordinary for them to make these decisions snappy. We're tending to take their time on decisions and not do these knee-jerk reactions. I think some of those knee-jerk reactions that they're doing right now is going to be affecting them financially. So it's going to be not the big victories that they were hoping for. They're kind of trying to keep up with the Joneses, but it's not working out well for them for the next little while. Yeah, financially, it's kind of lackluster for them for the next month or so. And overall, I think they're going to be really struggling for the next couple of years, just trying to get some traction. It may look good, really good right now, but I think when it's all done and said, I think a lot of the things are not going to be panning out as well as they thought it would. So financially, they're going to be lackluster, and the people that are involved in this one had a little bit of victory, but I think it's going to be coming down to this, where they're going to be tiptoeing through a whole lot of things to keep themselves alive. Okay, probably one that I wouldn't really get involved in personally. Okay, thank you for that question. So, hi, Andre. I'm reading for Luxo, I guess. Yeah, we had a bit of rain here today, scaring our other cat, Caesar. He's hiding everywhere. He doesn't like the rain and the thunder and the lightning. I think he's okay now. Okay. I think Domino's with Mom right now.
In the box.
He's in the box. A cat in the box. He loves his boxes. Anyways. So Luxo seems to be having a hard time of it as well. I don't know much about this. I don't know anything about this cryptocurrency, but what the cards are showing me is they're having trouble keeping people excited about the cryptocurrency because the money is not doing as well. This is the end of the chapter of the money line. So if they're having some success right now, I think they are a little bit. We got the 10 of Swords at the end of that chapter. So they're flying high right now, but I think this is going to be the end result as people are going to be, Okay, I'm kind of getting that feeling from the cards that it's going to be, kind of cryptocurrency for the next little while. Okay. People that are involved in this, they're tied to things that do not work for them, and they're going to be switching that around. So there's going to be some transition things going on after people get pumped, and then they go, So they're going to have the people are going to have to change the way or the direction of this particular platform moving forward, and reanalyze everything that's going on around them with their offering. Of course, we've got the Queen of Pentacles, so it's going to hang on, but they're just going to have a lot of changes behind the scenes moving forward and changing the way they're going to be doing things. So with all that, it's going to be disrupting things within that ecosystem, and it's going to make the price go all over the road like a drunk driver. Okay, thank you for that. Theta will reach $250. Question mark. Okay. I thought he was making a statement. It might. Let's have a look. I'm thinking yes. I'm not sure what it is right now for Theta. I don't think it's even at, I think it's at $1. I'm not quite sure, but let's just have a look. Not anytime soon, but it will get to that price point as they push forward, as we saw in the past little while. The last reading I did on them, which was third coin in, that top of the hour. They're going to be going through some rough times in the next little while, more for the programming, for the platform, making it more usable for people like myself who like putting their content on different platforms. And once they get all that straightened out, that we could see $250 per token, no problem, once they get everything straightened out. But that won't be for some time, maybe 4 to 5 years from now. Okay, thank you for that. Luna Classic, September 12th, Binance is going to implement that big burn. So question is, will we see a jump to 50 cents by Q2 next year? What's it now? Less than a penny? No, it's not going to get to that 50 cents in the Q2 next year. It'll go up maybe to a penny, maybe, but it's not looking great for the Luna Classic. The other Luna should do okay, but I think Luna Classic, everybody's gun shy on that one. And if you haven't, again, you should be trying to collect those coins on the other fork. Okay. Because we got that 10 of swords right in the smack center of the reading. So it's going to be changing for a little bit of the better, but I don't think we're going to be getting those big highs that everybody was hoping for this one. Okay. If at all, because the burning mechanism doesn't make everything right away. Okay. It's going to take time. Even in the Ethereum burning, it's going to take a while for it to really, and not too many people are interested in the Luna Classic at the moment. Okay. So it's going to be a long time until interest comes back into that Luna Classic camp, if at all, where something like Ethereum, there's a lot of interest. Money goes where attention is, right? So I think it won't get to that 50 cents in that time period. Okay. Sorry about that. Hey, do you go to the forks? Oh, I'm guessing he's talking about the forks here in Winnipeg.
Yeah.
You never know.
That's true.
You never know, but we're going to, yes, we have been to the forks. Great little, well, I shouldn't say little. For those non-Winnipeggers here, the forks is where two rivers come together. Okay, the forks. So we got the Assiniboine River and we got the Red River, and they merged together and they built a like a mall type of thing with eateries and shops and that sort of thing. Meeting space, that sort of thing. Green space, all kinds of stuff. And they got a little walkway along the river. If it's not flooded out, you can walk along the river and look at the dirty water and that sort of thing here in Winnipeg. The red, there's a reason they call it the Red River. But yeah, we have gone to the forks. It's a great place. Haven't been there for quite some time. Maybe we'll head up there sometime next week. You never know. Just for a fun outing.
Says it's his favorite place.
It's his favorite place. Cool. So he's a fellow Winnipegger. Yay. Cool. Okay, thank you. If there's any time left, can I get a 3-card reading? I'm looking at the timer. Yeah, I guess so. Just because it's Marlon. My favorite Australian. One of my favorite Australians. I got many Australians here on the channel. Shouldn't say my favorite. One of my favorite Australians. Lots of people from the UK too. So very interesting that not many Canadians here on a Canadian channel, which is weird. Okay, Marlon. He's still waiting for those Ethereum to go down to rock bottom prices. But overall, I think there's going to be some celebrations coming up for you. Okay. Many of the things that you were worried about are going to be washed away, as it were. Especially in the financial thing. I think in the girlfriend department, it's going to be what you thought, because we got the 10 of swords, which is the end of a cycle, but it's going to carry on with your cryptocurrency needs. You'll be able to get them, maybe not at the rock. This is the Ethereum rock bottom prices, but I think you're going to be achieving that in a great way. There's a new vehicle or something around you as well. So keep an eye out for that. Something might happen to your present vehicle. You might need to get a new one in the next year or so. Okay. Is that it? We're at the hour. Okay. Oh, Another 3-card reading for Lone Wolf. She said, and the wife's go, work more. Keep going. Wait. Some friendship that you were hoping would work out to your favor may not be working out as well as you had anticipated. We got the sun. It's always about friendships and stuff like that. It's about perception of the other person or from the other person that may be turning them off to you for that friendship. I think once you realize this situation with them, that the relationship will become a little bit better. Maybe not to everything that you expect from the relationship, but it'll be workable. Okay? It's more of a work thing, I believe, going on here. And this whole walking on eggshells around this other person, I think, may not be necessary. Maybe they're looking at you walking on eggshells around them and they kind of look at it weirdly. So you might want to change that approach with them. Okay? But yeah, overall, I think this relationship you have with this other person will work out once you realize where they're coming from. Okay, hopefully that helps you. What's this about Moldavite?
He wants to know.
Yeah, we got Moldavite.
Yeah.
Good stone to get into. Do you like Moldavite? Do you own some? Yes and yes. I have some, but I feel disconnected from them for years. Have you washed them or cleansed them? Well, Moldavite's a little harder to cleanse. I'm picking up you may have outgrown the stone itself. That does happen as well. Okay? Stones come to us as we need them, what we are going through at that moment in time. If it goes away from us, like you're saying, and you lost one, I have a few, that sort of thing, or you're disconnected with them, sometimes they need to be cleansed, i.e. you can put it in the sunshine and let it regenerate itself and take all that negative energies away from it, or just use white light on the gemstone itself, cleansing it and reattuning it. Or you need a new one, okay, that's more suited to where you are at the moment. Okay, all those things are applicable, but I'm picking up that you may not require that particular stone at the moment. That's probably why you feel disconnected. So you might want to go to the gemstone store that's in your area and maybe pick out a new one that resonates with you. Okay, so with that, I guess we're at the hour. If you like a personal reading with me, make sure you go to secondreadingsbyandre.com, where all that information is there. If you like to talk about rocks, we can do more about rocks in the live show, or I can do a little 1 minute things on different stones, if that'd be a cool thing for you. If you like to protect your cryptocurrencies in the best possible way, make sure you go to secondreadingsbyandre.com, where we have an affiliate link to the treasure. We make a little bit. I got to make this disclaimer. We make a little bit of money if you do purchase one from that affiliate link. Not a lot, but it's some to buy there and go through the whole process and getting your hands on a treasure cold wallet. Okay, to keep your cryptocurrency safe, and then you keep that treasure and you lock it up in a safe along with the words, the 24 word or 12, can't remember, a line of random words, and you put that in a safe, a separate safe if you can. keep them separated if you can, to keep your cryptocurrencies safe as possible. Okay. Just a reminder, we do lives here on Saturdays and Sundays at 10 a.m. Central, and Tuesdays and Thursdays at 5:30 p.m. Central. So make sure you mark it down on your calendar. And until we meet again, make sure you like, subscribe, and I'll see you.